up in a machine shop doing a lot of metal fabrication. That got me involved in building things very young. In my early 20s, I started making marionette puppets, and one day I made a little wire chair for a puppet to sit in, and it was a little midget epiphany where I thought I had invented a new medium. A quick internet search remedied that once I found Alexander Calder and a lot of other wire workers around the world. But wire, after that first chair, just overtook my life, and I just kept making sculptures bigger and bigger and more elaborate. Wire is something that just was, at first, just truly a free form of therapy for me to do, just to turn off the mind and focus on the hands, go to like a Zen state almost. It's a lot of fun. It's what I still try to keep it as, but that's the struggle. The old Picasso saying is, everybody starts out the artist, but the hard part's staying one, and that's very true, especially when you start selling work for a living. That's the main struggle, is keeping that spontaneity and that fun, that play, like, to keep it fun. That's the difficult part of it. When I first started bending wire, I was producing upwards to about 20 to 100 pieces a day of smaller stuff, and I didn't know what to do with it all. So I just started tying it all onto street signs everywhere I went, and people started leaving notes on the wire sculptures on the street signs that they wanted to buy them from me, and that was the first time that I ever even fancied the idea of selling art. As people put more notes and notes, I began to realize that what I was doing was something that I could possibly do for a living, but until then I never entertained the idea of being an artist. I make work about everything. My mantra is, if I complain about anything more than once, I'm going to make an art project about it just to get it out of my psyche. So everything, I get inspired by every aspect of life and try to reflect that in work. Some days I'm red hot and I get a lot of work done. Some days I sharpen pencils all day. I work everywhere I go. I always have pliers and wire on me all times. I work in many different gauges and alloys. I work in little minuscule sizes where I just make tiny little figures, and then large scale ones. These ones I have to have in my studio, but when I'm working on other stuff, I'll work anywhere, any bench in public. I'll stand and talk to people and work. I'll work anywhere I go. I have all my training in the sciences. I've never taken an art class past 8th grade, so I had no idea that this was going to be my life path. It's interesting to be doing it now. It's funny.